Hello everyone, I'm Mateo, and today we are back on Anime Vanguards in hopes of evolving Tengon and seeing what he's about. I've heard from multiple people that he's a really good unit, and I was really disappointed with Akaza from yesterday, so I hope he is at least a little bit better than him. After we evolve him, we will also be taking him into Paragon to see how he performs against some high level enemies. We have over 88,000 gems, so I think we have a very good chance at getting Tengon pretty quickly here. All I ask is that you remember to give this video a like and subscribe for more in-depth Anime Vanguards videos. Now, without further ado, let's get right into today's video. Alright, so we're in game and we have Tengon here on the middle of the banner. Finally, it's been so long since I'm seeing him here, and we have about 10 minutes left on our super lucky potion. So honestly, we're just gonna hop right in here and just begin summoning for him. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. We have absolutely zero mythic pity from the last opening that we did, so it might actually take a minute here, or maybe we'll just get really lucky and get him off the bat. So far, nothing too crazy. Obviously, I'm not going to show you everything I'm pulling if there's nothing exciting. In our last opening, we did get our first shiny mythic, which was insane, and then we get another Sungjin Woo, which is actually pretty useless because I'm pretty sure we have enough to fully ascend him already, so that's kind of unfortunate actually. Pretty much at this point in the game, we are just hoping for the shiny versions of the mythics because Tengon here is actually the last mythic that we need. So we'll just keep summoning here. Hopefully we can get him pretty soon before our lucky potion runs out. And then there we go. Okay, so we got Tengon. Obviously, he's not a shiny. That is quite unfortunate. Let's actually go ahead and try to get him one more time, just so hopefully we can ascend him once. Because as you guys know, if you ascend him the first time, that gives him that little bit of bonus damage, which is always good and probably the only thing that we're going to need. So for that reason is why we will just keep summoning here while we have a lucky potion. And then, of course, we get another regular Sungjin Woo, which is still just as useless as the last one. Honestly, I prefer a Chayenne over Sungjin Woo just because we have so many of the Sungjin Woos right now. Let's just keep going. All right, you guys, so we got our second Tengon. That is really good. Now we have every single mythic in the game currently. The timeline of these videos is a little off because I am currently going to evolve Akaza here, but the video of me actually evolving him is probably out if you are watching this right now. So it's a little funky, but now we have to go ahead and evolve Tengon here. We also have so many of these crystals, so let's just go ahead and level up one of our Tengons. They pretty much both have the same exact stats, so it doesn't really matter which one we feed, but let's just feed him everything we got. And there we go. So we got a level 50 Tengon. Now let's see what we get if we actually go ahead and evolve him. So he just takes all the typical essences, so I actually should be able to do this. All I need to do is grind for this mythic item here that you get from the raids, which shouldn't take that long. But if we preview what we get from evolving him, you guys can see we get a 53% damage increase, as well as two new moves, one called String Performance and the other called Constant Resounding Slashes, and then one new passive. So we can click here to see the passive. So his first passive that we didn't look at yet was the damage and range increase of 10%, and then on top of that he gets an increased dodge chance by 3% with each attack performed, up to 60%. So 60% is actually quite a lot, but honestly I'm not sure what dodge chance means in this game. I'm not sure which kind of attacks that Tengon here would be dodging in the first place. So I'm not sure if this is when like the environment goes ahead and attacks your units and he has a chance to dodge those attacks. That might be what they're talking about, but honestly I'm not too sure. And then he also has a second passive called Rhythm of Battle, which gives him a 10% buff to damage with each consecutive attack on the same enemy, and then also a decrease to the seconds per attack with each attack performed, down to a total of negative 30%. So that is actually very good. A 30% reduction to your seconds per attacks can be pretty insane. I guess this means that it's definitely worth it to place Tengon really early in the match so that he can get up to this negative 30 seconds per attack. It looks like I'm gonna have to go ahead and grind the raids in order to get that piece, so I'll see you guys in a second when I get that done. All right, you guys, we are back after a lot of grinding, and we have been using Tengon quite a bit here. The main thing that we actually had to grind in order to actually evolve him was just that set of blades that you get here in the raid shop. As you can see, we have a ton of this raid currency, over 3,000 to be exact, and we only need 600 in order to make the blades, so should be super easy. Let's just go ahead and purchase those really quickly here, and then we can head over into the evolve area so that we can actually evolve him and see how good he really is. It's not only Tengon here who just isn't good non-evolved. Pretty much every character in this game is pretty darn bad until you actually evolve him, so that is okay. We have exactly enough green essence stones in order to do this too, so that is another bonus. And remember, when we evolve him, we get access to 53% more damage. This new move, which I'm not sure what it is called String Performance. We have another move called Constant Resounding Slashes, and then the new passive, which is of course the Rhythm of Battle, which gives him a 30% reduction to his seconds per attack, which is pretty insane, as well as a damage boost with each consecutive attack to an enemy. And then he also has this dodge chance stuff up here, which I still don't really understand what it does, but we'll just go ahead and evolve him here. Of course, we get our 3 stat chips, the regular thing, and then yeah. So we're pretty set here. And then let's go ahead and equip him in his evolved version so we can see. Here is him for viewing if any of you guys want to actually check that out. We also did get a ton of takedowns on him, so we can actually roll his stats as well. Hopefully we can get some S's on him, because that would just make it so much better with using him. So as you can see, we have 100% stat potential, so we're going to get at least AAA here for the stats. Let's just roll it in C. Oh my god, we got Z+, Z, and A on Tengon here. That is actually insane. That is the second Z+ stat that we've gotten on any character so far in Anime Vanguards. That is actually crazy. I don't know what to say about that. Our only other unit in this game that has a Z+ stat is actually this level 50 Obita that we haven't even used. As you can see, it has AAZ+, but this is by far the best stats that I've seen. That is insane. I've heard that there's even a stat that's above Z+, so I've yet to see that. Definitely cool to see. Let's actually get in game here and see how good this character actually is. All right, you guys, so we're in game here, and here is Tengon. This is his first move. He does this little circle multi-hit move. Nothing too crazy. He does a decent amount of damage off the rip, and he's also like kind of an expensive mythic, sitting at a 1500 cost. So that is cheaper than someone like Sung Jin Woo, who is 1700, but definitely a bit more than Vegeta Super, who's only 1200. Now his next move is actually a cone-shaped move, which is kind of like Chayin's move. So this is very good for a bunch of units. As you guys can see, I'm doing the Paragon mode, so I have a bunch of thrice buffs, which means a ton of these units spawn whenever one dies. And Tengon here is absolutely ripping through all of them, so that is pretty sick. Now, one thing you guys can actually see with his passive is, you know how he loses 2% seconds per attack with each attack? As he's attacking here, you could see the seconds per attack going down, so that is really cool. That is definitely a good feature. But obviously he is limited at that 30% reduction, so my guy right here is currently at 4.4 seconds. Either way, this is a great like area of effect type move that does a lot of damage to multiple units, so this would be very good for the Paragon modes, which is something I'm going to be grinding a lot soon, so I think I'm definitely going to need this character. Now, if we go ahead and upgrade him again, we can get that new move called String Performance. Now, String Performance is more of a line attack that also does damage to multiple units. It's sort of like Tengon here is like charging up to run at them and do damage to multiple guys at once. Let's get his second new attack, which is Constant Resounding Slashes. Okay, so this is actually like an AOE type move. That is pretty crazy. Okay, yeah, so this move is crazy. I don't think you guys would be able to see it in the recording, but he just destroyed all of the units that were in this area. So he has some crazy area of effect move, sort of like that Igris move that is super expensive. So that is sick. That actually might make him one of the best mythics in the game. Before using Tengon here, I was pretty certain that Vegeta Super would be the best mythic in the game just because of how he does this like rapid fire type movement. But Tengon is absolutely insane. Let's place another one here before he hits my boss fighting movement thing. Obviously, I don't think he's gonna have more power than my Igris's, and it might actually be cheaper to get Tengon's AOE move compared to Igris's, because Igris's AOE move costs so much to get to that upgrade. Tengon might be the new meta character for this game. I can't wait to play with him more. He seems like a very good unit. Let's really quickly return to lobby and then roll some traits on him, and then I think we'll be done with today's video. So let's talk to Mandra here and see what kind of traits traits we can get on him. I definitely think rolling for at least a golden trait would be worth it on somebody like him because of how good he is. So let's just begin rolling. We have 185 traits, so that's a lot. And right off the bat, we get the Blitz trait, which decreases his seconds per attack by 20%. So that is actually a very good trait. That is the rarest of the gold, so a 1.85% chance to get it. I think him having Blitz on top of that Z SPA stat already is going to make him go absolutely insane. Honestly, we're probably just going to leave that on him because that seems like a very good trait. I'm definitely going to be using him a lot more, and he might actually be a main in this lineup right here. I think Tengon's position in this lineup is really good as well because he would be replacing Cheyenne, who also has that cone-shaped move, which is really good for destroying a ton of different enemies at once. So I think we'll just leave him right here for now. But anyways, that's probably where I'm going to end off this video. We got very lucky. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you do want to see even more Anime Vanguards content here on this channel, make sure you subscribe and like this video for more. Hope to see you guys in tomorrow's video, and peace out.